How's it going, fellas? If you don't know, I'm a pretty big fan of Markiplier. I don't really watch a lot of his newer content, but I've been a fan of him for a while, and if anything, I'm more of a fan of him as a person than the content he produces. And if you don't believe that I'm a big fan of him, I made a video a couple days ago, 8 minutes long, of basically just me being like, wow, this guy's the best. You can only imagine how this thing that I'm going to talk about later in the video kind of rubbed me the wrong way when I came about it, because once again, it is another example of the internet being the internet. And a lot of you guys are going to be telling me, Connor, this is just what the internet does. And my response is, well, this is exactly what I do. Complain when people are stupid, and that is why you are here. So sit back, relax, and yeah, let's look at why people are bad. Yeah. So I think one of Markiplier's greatest traits as a YouTuber, in my personal opinion, is the fact of how just open and genuine he can be with his audience, as well as just how open and genuine he can be with himself. I think a lot of times, especially when it comes to guys being real with yourself. I know that's kind of a cliche way to go about it, but kind of being real with yourself is difficult. And I think Markiplier, at least in his videos, I'm assuming that they're relatively accurate, has not mastered it as no one has mastered it, but has done a very good job understanding how he feels. And he's also incredibly open with his audience. He brings us all along on his journey. You have a very strong connection with him if you watch him for even a couple videos. So that's why I was quite taken aback when I saw the ratings on one of Markiplier's really good videos. So last night I got this video once again in my recommended. I watched it about a year ago, and I watched it like 2 years ago, and I decided to rewatch it again. It's a really good video. It's titled I Feel Lost, where basically Markiplier goes over the difficulties of kind of reaching your goals and not really being sure what to do once you reach them, because that's a thing that most people in life that'll happen to them. You'll reach your goal and you'll think that happiness comes when you reach the goal and not realize that happiness is really what happens along the way to reaching these goals that you set. And while he specifically speaks about YouTube, this video kind of relates to almost everyone in some aspect of their life, and it was a really incredible video. And it's not the most concise thing. Markiplier does not have the thing scripted out, but it's most definitely from the heart. And for some reason, 17,000 people left a dislike on the video. And don't get me wrong, this wasn't bombed with dislikes. It's not a 50-50 dislike ratio. But one would assume on a video like this, it might have maybe 3, 4, 5,000 dislikes. Maybe just from people just being annoying. But 17,000? Did 17,000 people really sit down and were like, you know what? This video of Markiplier just being honest with himself, being honest with us, doing something that most people can't do, and really kind of just being there for people, telling them that, this is happening to him, and it either has happened to them or will happen to them. No, this video is terrible. I want to watch another Among Us video. Dislike. And it's not just the I Feel Lost video. It's his other videos where he's being open, where he's sharing his emotions, where he's trying to relate with his audience. For some reason, these videos, while not being obviously destroyed with dislikes, there's quite a few likes on the videos, there's still proportionally more dislikes to likes than, his standard gaming video would be. And look, at the end of the day, it's not that deep, man. It's dislikes on the video, boo-hoo, who cares? 100%, I get that. But once again, look, I'm not trying to cover super deep stuff on the channel all the time, but also to me, it's just, I don't understand why these videos get worse reception than a standard Markiplier gaming video. One thing I will add on that I just thought of a second ago, and while I haven't verified in all of these videos I've shown on screen, in quite a few of the videos where Markiplier formats them like this, he does end up crying, he does end up tearing up. He is definitely one who's very prone to cry, especially when he gets to subject matter that is difficult for him. And here's the thing, I'm not much of a crier. I cry when my dogs die. I cry at funerals when a loved one passes. But other than that, besides maybe allergies or something, I'm not one who cries that often. But I can also respect when someone knows exactly how they're feeling and can accurately portray it, and also has the courage to put it on the internet. And some people might be saying, oh, he's just crying on camera for views and money. This is Markiplier, man. He has enough views. He has enough money. I can almost guarantee you, and while I don't know the man personally and I don't live inside his head, I can almost guarantee you that that's not the motivation. And if you actually thought about it for like 3 seconds, I think you'd also agree with me as well. Look, fellas, I also do understand that it would be kind of an issue if everyone all the time was crying and being vulnerable and needs attention and help, right? That wouldn't work if everyone was doing it all the time. But at the other side of the coin, it's definitely not healthy for someone to repress their emotions like this. And obviously, look, Markiplier gets a few dislikes on a video where he sheds a tear. He's not going to stop crying, repress his emotions, and then have an emotional outburst in 50 years and end up doing Among Us every day on his channel out of a kind of psychotic rage. That's not going to happen. I get it. But I think internet reception can sometimes be used as a gauge of the general public from, people. Like, if you're to see online that a certain activity gets a lot of backlash, or a little bit of backlash, but a considerable amount, right? You might be opposed to doing it. And I'm not going to say that dislikes on a Markiplier video is going to encourage people to not show their emotions, right? I'm not trying to make that statement. I'm just trying to say that in general, big picture, I don't think we should shame people from showing their emotions in general. If you have other reasons to dislike those videos, I don't know what they would be personally. I can't figure it out, but I guess if you have your own personal reasons, I'm just going to make the assumption that people were a little bit, upset, maybe uncomfortable, maybe angry, I don't know, that Markiplier was man enough to show his emotions. He was man enough to cry on camera. That might sound like I'm contradicting myself, but I don't believe I am. Fellas, thank you so much for watching today's video. If you do want to help the channel out more and you have a little bit of time, please consider clicking on one of the 4 videos/playlists you see on screen right now and go and watch a few of my videos. YouTube really does promote my channel more if you guys are watching a bunch of my videos in one sitting, so I really would appreciate it. Subscribe with notifications on, leave a like in the video. Thank you guys so much for watching once again. I really do appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.